So I'll go ahead and just tee this up for Dan a little bit. We gave you guys the task of trying to come up with a social media strategy for us, and I think we're very excited to see what you've put together. And we gave them a little bit of direction in terms of what our priorities were, a budget that they could play around with the idea that we'd spend as little of it as possible. And I believe everyone got to visit the store. Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
And this is what they put together.
Fantastic.
All right, Shelley?
Sure.
First off, I'd like to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to do this. It's been a pleasure and honestly a very amazing experience. My name is Adam. I'd like you to allow me to introduce you to my colleagues.
John Castle.
Ilana Ronienpour.
Dimitri Ritovsky.
And Josh Roth.
We worked on Make Meeting, trying to promote social media and trying to find a strategy for you guys to implement and try and make it work. So a little while ago, I had a phone call from my girlfriend saying, "Listen, we need something meaningful, something memorable. We need to find a night that we'll remember. So not just a regular night. You know, I've been to clubs, I've been to bars, I've been to restaurants, I've been to the movies. It's the same thing over and over again." So she calls me. She's like, "Listen, I really need something to do, something tonight." And I have no idea where to go. Obviously, as a guy, you know, we don't know what to do. So we just figure it out. So I called my friend. I took my phone, and "Hey, Josh, what's up?"
Hey Adam, how's it going?
"Good. Listen, I need something meaningful, something memorable for a date for my girlfriend. What do you recommend?"
I actually been to this place around 2 weeks ago with my wife. I had a great time. This place, Make Meaning, it's memorable. You're gonna have a great time.
"Oh, really? You suggested it's something I'd enjoy as well."
You're definitely gonna enjoy it. I enjoyed it, and let me know how it goes though.
All right. Thanks a lot, Josh.
No problem.
So I actually went to the store, took my girlfriend as a date, as you see, you know, and it was honestly, when I first came to the store, it was very bubbly, very colorful, you know, very friendly staff. It was a very positive atmosphere. I'm like, all right, I guess maybe I like it. You know, we sat there, we got there at like 6 o'clock. We're doing arts and crafts, we're painting mugs, you know, speaking to everyone, we're having a great time. Before I knew it, 3 hours passed. That was a memorable night. I didn't even expect it. We took pictures, and it was honestly a memorable experience. I wanted this night to last. I wanted this to be something that I could remember, look back a year from now, a few months from now, saying, "Wow, that was a good night. Let's do it again."
Was there alcohol involved?
No, not that night. So in the store, I realized that there are many strengths that you guys have to offer. There's a real value we saw initially. It's very fun and enjoyable. It's very positive. There's creativity. There's a huge variety of ceramics and what you can pick. It was very calming. You sit there and it really calms you. It takes you away from the stress environment. It takes you away from work, anything you want. And it's like an island, really. Nothing else matters except what you're doing there and now. And I think it's really a strong point we should really focus on.
So a couple of days ago, we were given the task of implementing a social media strategy to get more customers into the store and also give Make Meaning a presence online. So we were focused on the strengths, and the objectives were basically to get new customers into the store, to increase memberships. Right now, if you go inside, there's a $12 sitting fee or a yearly membership for $36. So we want to increase the yearly membership. And third is to increase the purchases of when the customers come, we want to increase the purchase amount. Imagine a man and a woman go on a date, their first date. The man is so flustered, doesn't know what to say, his palms are sweaty, his heart's beating really fast, and he's just really nervous. So he takes her to a place called Make Meaning. He sits down, they finally get into the atmosphere of making an activity, and they start painting a pot. They finally start connecting, and the nervousness goes away. Wouldn't you want to capture that moment? A mother takes her daughter, her 8-year-old daughter, to Make Meaning for her birthday. She has the best time of her life. She's running around playing with her friends, and she's making these fun little ceramics. The mom looks at her daughter from far distance. The daughter looks back at the mom and smiles. The mother knows she did a good job raising that kid when she sees that smile on her face. So wouldn't you want to capture that moment? Personal moments fade, and shared moments last forever. We implemented a campaign to take the moment that they have at the store, keep it, and share it with their friends.
So our strategy, Memories Make Meaning, preserves that moment and puts it onto social media to last forever. So it works out like this. A mother and daughter walks into a store, they sit down, They start, arts and crafts. They have a great time. All of a sudden, one of the aces come over with an iPad, ask them if they'd like for us to take a picture of them. We snap a picture. She goes up to the door. She says, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" She's like, "All right, I'm here, my 4-year-old birthday, and I'm having the greatest time ever with my mommy." So the ace goes, types that into the iPad, and then hands the iPad over to the mother. She puts in her email address, clicks terms of use, reads the terms of use, and presses send. It automatically sends her 2 emails, 2 links to her email address. Number 1, it sends a link to our website where it uploads that photo, so she can download that photo off the website. Secondly, it gives her a link. She clicks that link, it automatically uploads her photos onto Facebook. This is a standard thing. Now, our strategy is basically, also, as soon as you take the photo, it uploads onto a TV screen up above. The point of that is, people don't really like other people coming over to you asking you to take photos. It's a bit intrusive. So if I take a photo of one person, the photo goes up there, somebody else sees, hey, this girl, they're having this relationship, and it says, hey, it's my birthday, it's all exciting. Everyone else would kind of want to have that photo. So that gets a big portion of the place wanting to have their photo taken. So now our strategy is basically people, pictures, post. It starts off, people come in there, they have a great connection, that's the whole thing. But once they leave, the connection is gone. You take a photo, you keep that connection forever. Now, the important part is you post that, you get it out there, lets other people know you have that connection. My best friend, she sees, I see that the father and son went to a store, had a great connection. I'm jealous. I want that connection for myself. Now, all the photos obviously have a watermark to pull us back. This is me and my wife. We had a great time as well. I'm not the greatest painter, but it's a work in progress. My skills are amazing. Next. Now, to push the strategy, to make it work, this is a East Side store. It's the middle of the store. So to push this strategy, to kind of give it its kick, there's a thing called gamification, which kind of pushes people to, you guys understand that. So the idea is basically we have different things like Daddy Day, Birthday Bash, and so on, in the different categories. So you come there, it's Daddy Day today, the son hears about Daddy Day, and he knows that Mike went to Daddy Day, he needs Daddy Day, or Allison needs Daddy Day. And, so you kind of have that push for Daddy Day. Now, you can obviously win, you have the cutest photo, you win Daddy Day of the year, or so on and so forth, and you get, you get some sort of promotional item, which is obviously your choice. Now, the way these things get measured is obviously via likes, shares, and pins, and different things, different measurable things that you can put onto the what's it called. Now, for example, we started with this gentleman right here. We posted this just to see what it's like. Shortly after, we had a ton of likes, a ton of posts, ton of just people resharing the photos.
Or is this real time?
No, this is real. Sorry, whatever.
I put it up, and within 24 hours, this is what happened.
So it's a very easy thing, and it's interesting that people want to know what it is in a sense. So that kind of just pushes that strategy next. So now, to break it down really simple, you enter the store, you start your project, have a photo taken, photo gets uploaded onto our website, it gets emailed to you so you can open it up and share it. Friend sees it, gets jealous, and then friend also becomes a customer and enters the store.
So, in terms of us actually doing the posting, the strategy that he just laid out is a lot of actually user-driven things. In terms of us posting on Facebook, reasons to be there are that 80% of social network users say that Facebook is actually the place that they like to connect with brands. And in terms of Facebook, our strategy would be very simple. Just post the contests, the Daddy Day, things like that. 1 or 2 posts a day, so as not to be intrusive, but to really build our brand and solidify it in the eyes of our customers. And in terms of Pinterest, it's very important, specifically because 40% of all sales that are social network driven come through Pinterest. 70%, Pinterest users that come to your website are likely to spend 70% more than any other social network user. And in terms of demographics, they're exactly who we're looking for. The first reason for this is that 80% of Pinterest users are women, and 50% have children. So that that's a demographic that we're trying to cater to, and as you know, Pinterest is all about arts and crafts. So we would post maybe five or 10 items at the end of the day, arts and crafts items with people, etc. And the important part about this is that we would post it from, pin it from our website, so that it says something like this: pin 3 minutes ago from makemeaning.com, and however many times it gets repinned by one friend to another, they can always click on the picture and it'll lead them to our website. And this would be an example of a page on our website, a photo that we had taken of someone. It would get the watermark. It would be here. They would have links to Facebook and Pinterest to share that.
So, well, my colleagues did a really good job explaining to you how this is going to work. But the resource needed is 5 iPads and 5 TV screens, one set per each location that we have. We need to make a software that will connect the whole process of taking the picture, sending the email to the customer, and for the customer eventually posting on Facebook. We need to train our ACEs. Also, we need, in order to make the marketing a little bit better, we need a marketer to waste not more than 15 minutes to choose the most meaningful pictures, the ones that show more emotion, and to post it on our page. The timeline shouldn't take more than 5 months. The software development is the major part, and by the time the software is going to be ready, we should prepare our customers of our future agenda and the program that we're making for them. The ACE training shouldn't take more than two weeks because we need to capture all the ACEs. The training itself is 20 minutes just to show them how to take the picture, like how to crop it, how to send the email, simple stuff. The estimated budget is $19,000, software development $10,000, each iPad $500 times 5, $2,500, and TVs roughly $1,000. We need to have a big TV to show the emotion in a bigger screen, and the legal fee because we're gonna make a contract to avoid any legal issues that they will click, agree to terms and conditions applied, and that's it.
So the technology doesn't exist already.
It does.
It does.
In various apps, you need software to integrate them together.
All the technology exists, we just need to just mesh it, so it's something very simple.
So, in terms of the solution measurability and the return on investment, my colleagues and I worked very hard to come up with a model, something in new product development that we've worked on in the past, something called an ATAR model, which is awareness, trial, availability, and repeat. So we did that model. You have it in your packet. Basically, we broke down the amount of people that would be in the store, the amount of people that would have a photo taken of them, and just all the way down the line to the amount of their friends that would come into the store. And based on that, and based on your average purchase per person, we calculated that the photo sharing would basically bring $360,000 of revenue into the store.
Into each store.
All together.
Into the all 5 stores. The assumptions were based on
So
there being 5 stores.
$70,000 a store in incremental revenue.
In our lowest expectation, and pretty
Right.
much we
The figures, the assumptions that we put into the model are actually very, very conservative. For example, we showed you his photo earlier about having, I think it had 10 or so likes.
12 likes.
Yeah, and I don't know what it has right now, but something like that. And people were saying, "Where did you get it?" And his girlfriend said, "It's obviously a great place to go." People do that. So our conservative estimate from that was that only one person would hear about the store and come and see and discover what the store was before they even before even counting that they were geographically located in the same place and things like that. So in addition to the ATAR model, afterwards we would ask our customers, at checkout, just very simple, have you been here before? And if not, how did you hear about us? Was it through social media? Was it through, just a word of mouth from another friend? And can kind of track that. In addition, membership increases and sales growth increases that are unusual would also show that our strategy is working. And then we can track through analytics on Facebook and Pinterest, SweetDeck, the Radiant 6, etc. Likes by the targeted demographic and pins and views and posts.
So our secondary strategy, our first strategy is covered. Now our secondary strategy is more focused on at times when you have seasonality issues and things like that. So we're trying to get people in there at those times when the store is, is slower. So Instagram is basically, they come in there, they check into the Instagram via with a photo, upload it on Facebook, upload it on Twitter, upload it on Foursquare, and you show us that you did that, you kind of get some, you get $1 off your purchase, but obviously that varies. Next. Now, obviously Foursquare is a great thing, all right? People have been getting very into it, and also people that do use it are very committed to this sort of thing. So simple, you see something like that, it says, there's a sale going on over there, you get 20% off if you come in the next 2 hours, so on. And it kind of drives people in on a slow Tuesday. It'll kind of, it'll bring in the revenue over the summertime and just let people know about the store that wouldn't otherwise know about it. Now, Twitter is basically we post out things that kind of get people to come in an exciting way. So we offer, let's say, 15% off if someone comes in and says,
a noisy oyster, but a noisy oyster more.
15% off right there. We have things like that for the summer, or something that's exciting, kind of get the whole store excited.
Through this campaign, we believe that social networking has the ability to preserve moments that would otherwise be forgotten. Via social media, one meaningful photo can create a small ripple effect on awareness of Make Meaning, and yet a constant flow of meaningful photos can create a lasting impression. We believe that this is the key to success. You gotta focus on the meaningful, the meaningful memories that really gotta elaborate on. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Can I ask some questions?
Absolutely.
We have another hour, so.
I don't have a few questions. You mentioned well, actually, let me ask you the first question. Have you done any research on our current presence on Pinterest, which is, I would imagine, an easy search capability because you can look at how many hashtags there are with Make Meaning?
Yes.
Do you know what our level is in terms of how we're currently being used on Pinterest and relative to some benchmark?
So currently on Pinterest, actually, what a lot of people do is repin other people's things. And we determined that wasn't necessarily the most valuable approach for this type of business, especially because if you repin something that, it may be cool, it may be from the Pottery Barn, and you'll have other people re-like it from you, you're in essence driving traffic to the Pottery Barn instead of driving traffic to your business. So in that case, we would recommend that we post more of our products and our the people that are in our store, etc., on Pinterest. And maybe even get an ace to make a simple tutorial on how he painted this certain thing and upload it in picture format like a lot of the Pinterest things are.
My question is, do you know how many people are pinning photos from Make Meaning onto Pinterest right now?
I don't think that's measurable unless they include some sort of hashtag with Make Meaning, which really hasn't.
Instagram, Pinterest.
But then,
Or Instagram for that matter. I mean, do we know what our presence is from a hashtag perspective?
Almost to nothing. You guys are very, very weak online through social media.
Especially on Twitter, the company posted 11 times in the last 12 months, and so there were about that many references from individuals at the hashtag Make Meaning or at Make Meaning itself.
Yeah. We've grown organically in 2 years, 4,300 likes. So we haven't purchased any likes. I know a lot of companies do that. Do you have a sense of what that means, how we're doing relative to other retail stores? And you may not, I'm just curious if there's a
Well, I've been a part of several social media campaigns before. One thing, I don't know if you've heard of TED, like TED Talks or anything like that. So TED came to Clemson University where I just graduated from, and I was in charge of their social media program and their website and everything else. And one of the things that you can do on Facebook to try to buy likes, so to speak, is to target demographics. It actually works quite well. You can put a maximum budget like $15 a month or whatever it is, and you can target individual people. So we actually looked at the tools and we said if we wanted to do this in New York City, for example, you can select New York City, you can select individual places within New York City, and from there you can select it by demographic of women between the ages of 13 through 45, and that even have arts and crafts in their profile is something that they do. And then on the side, if they had a friend that liked Make Meaning, for instance, it might show up on the sidebar and say one of your, or two of your friends likes this, and that actually worked quite well for Clemson TEDx and a couple other strategies, or a couple of other things that I've run in the past. I have a Facebook page with a little over 5,000 followers just at my university, so you could look at implementing that strategy.
It's a Facebook product. What
Yes.
you described as
Yes, it's a
Yes.
Facebook service they offer.
It's relatively cheap, and I think especially for first time getting into it, they normally give promotions of about $50 worth of credit or
Right.
something.
That's an organic. I mean,
Never
that's
done
still organically growing.
We've
They're not.
done.
Right.
We've done that, but there are sites that actually will, where you can buy. They pay people to like you, I guess, right?
I don't know any of those,
Yeah, they exist.
but I don't think that would be very valuable.
I agree. That's why I was saying that our site, our users are organically grown.
Yeah, likes can promote you to an extent,
Sure.
but I'm sure if you have 5,000 likes or 6,000 likes, will make a difference.
Did any of you like Make Meaning on the Facebook?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No, like actually on
Actually, like it,
Facebook.
of course.
I did.
Facebook like it.
I have
I
a
know about that.
question.
Sure.
And I thought this was great, largely in its simplicity, because that's been the greatest challenge in terms of social media.
Yeah.
Two things I would mention. One, just in terms of the exploratory under the financial side of things, it would be interesting as you think about this to think about actually the labor implications and the dollars associated
Right.
with that, which takes a lot more of a deep dive into our operations side of things. Just something to think about on behalf of other future retail endeavors, because I found that social media for us is so contingent upon what's happening at the store. And to be able to carve out that kind of time for a someone or several someones is very important to make it successful. My other question, just watching your post, because this has happened to us several times, it happens often, is that someone will take a picture like you did, but didn't write at Make Meaning.
Yeah.
So how do you control, because I have found that people have posted their pictures of being at Make Meaning, but if they don't link to our Facebook account, we lose.
Yes.
So
actually,
I noticed you didn't do that when you
The-
posted. You didn't say at Make Meaning on that Facebook with you and your
No,
girlfriend.
I
So
think
that was-
our main focus actually on how to tie it back, and it all comes down to that. So right now,
Right.
we did find a couple of posts that kind of relate to you guys, but it's not strongly connected. The way we do it is the email that gets sent sends two links to your email account. A, it sends a link to your website that simply has the photo in your website that is already watermarked. So if I want the photo out of your website, first of all, it's instantly going to be, it's already watermarked. Secondly, from there I have an option to upload it onto social networks. And secondly, I have a link. This is a standard thing that many kind of photographers do, is that you click the link and it automatically loads it onto the email address that is related to that Facebook account. So I send the link, I click OK, and it automatically uploads my photo right onto my Facebook account. So it does that automatically with a watermark.
And you can program that to actually, when you upload it through like a Facebook app, it will it'll come up with a caption. So like you were saying in the
Right.
store, if you say I'm here with my mommy or whatever, you can put that in the caption. You can actually put at the bottom of the caption your website, and you can tag yourself in it. And so the user doesn't have to do any work to do any of that.
That's great. And then my third question about this is, would you be able to layer in an incentive for the customer to want to get the picture taken, to want to go through these steps, so some kind of bounce back, a
Right,
coupon,
so-
a bring back, something like that?
Right, so obviously there are many different strategies we can do with that, but our basic one was get as many likes out there so people like your page. You know, as soon as people get a little competitive over small things, you know, it obviously kind of gets exponential. But aside from that, I mean, like the allure of this is that it's a meaningful experience, so you feel connected to it. But aside from that, it has a nice quotation on the bottom, and it's a picture of you and your daughter, hypothetically. Your friend sees that, and she's jealous that she did not have that moment. So it almost tells people that this is what I want. It's something that's so simple, but realistically, this is not a trick. It's the way the world works. We want what other people have, and when someone else has a beautiful relationship, we want the same. So the pullback is the connection, and the pullback is obviously the winner gets some sort of promotion. We don't know what your cost structure is, so we can't tell you exactly. But we thought 20% off, $40 coupon to the store, or a free kind of little trinket that you can paint of some sort.
So you could designate a Daddy Saturday,
Yes.
promote that,
So-
then do your pictures on that day, and then the winner from participating in Daddy Saturday,
Right,
Daddy
but focus
morning.
on that is more than that. It's basically that you make 4 Daddy Saturdays a year, Daddy Day a year. So Daddy Day 1 maybe catches on a little bit because you put it on Twitter and different places, and you have photos, and there's a winner. So okay, people know about it. But in 2 years down the line, you have Daddy Day. You know, you have your son there. It's like, hey, Dad, it's Daddy Day. We have to go. Why aren't we going to Daddy Day? You know, it's almost like, you know, it should become a thing if enough people kind of just catch on to something that's really a beautiful thing.
So your thought was focus on the emotion, not on the product.
The entire thing is about the emotion. You see, when I went to that store, go ahead.
I mean, when I come back home, right, it's not necessarily the mug that I want from the place. It's more the experience I spend with my girlfriend. It's the memory that really sticks with me. The cup, it's replaceable. It's a cup. And in all honesty, it's not something. Yeah, I painted it. It's nice, but the fact that we spend quality time and something that will last me. It's not just I go there, you do something, and it's over. It's the memory. We sat there, we worked on it together, we spent time together, and we put effort into it, and we bonded. I think that's something. That's your strength. You should really focus on.
And also, I think that parents or adults kind of underestimate the enjoyment that they get out of playful things like a coloring book. All right? I mean, I'm not promoting coloring books for me personally because whatever, I'm an adult. But it is a lot more fun than you give it credit.
How many of you actually did an activity in the store? 2 of you.
I went to the west side, you went to the east side.
Yeah.
And why did you both pick ceramics?
Well, first of all, ceramics took the longest to make, and because the glass thing just seemed like I just put it together, and I don't care about soap or glass or soap or candles. It's just not, it's more of a, it's not my thing. But painting, I like painting, so it didn't seem like it's not that there were other options. I like painting, that's what I would do. If I have a paintbrush, I paint my house as well, kind of that sort of thing.
Yeah, and for me, honestly, I wanted to do something that I can spend more time with my girlfriend, I'm sure. Ceramics did take the longest to do, that's why I picked it. I wanted to spend there and actually feel the experience as opposed to go there and finish in half an hour and get out. I had plenty of time, I wanted to really make the most of it.
How did you determine that ceramics was going to take the longest?
I actually asked Linda, the manager, which one takes the longest, what does she recommend for me to do together, spend time together. We can help each other, critique each other, it's something that we can customize as well, enjoy, and she recommended ceramics.
And what about you? How did you? I'm interested. Most people have a trouble figuring out glass, and so the fact that you were able to mentally.
No, actually, the guy that helped me out was so helpful. Actually, okay. First of all, your store is like cotton candy land. Right? I love that place. How are people so nice? I don't know that they make people that nice. It's a whole different story. But anyway, actually, he was very clear. He explained it to me in 2 minutes. I actually made a mezuzah, so I'm actually kind of excited for a mezuzah. But I was gonna make myself cufflinks. So when I pulled out cufflinks, I saw that I just have one piece of glass. I put it on top of that piece. I don't know, and it's just done so quickly that it's not. I'm not really spending that time. So that's why painting something just seemed like.
So you didn't make a mezuzah?
No, my wife made a mezuzah.
Oh, and you made.
I was gonna make cufflinks. So
But
whatever.
instead
She actually
you
told me I
changed
should make cufflinks anyway, but
We will come back.
What day of the week did you Were you guys there?
Tuesday morning.
We went there.
Went there
I went there on a
Sunday.
Sunday. I was very busy. I didn't want to take up any of your guys' time, so I just stood there for a few hours. I watched around. I spoke to the employees. I spoke to the manager. I came back on a Tuesday. She said, "Come back when it's empty and where I can actually spend more time and really focus on it without interfering with the business."
And just so this was a project that you worked on for how long?
4 days, I believe.
Okay. And you were given this randomly, or did you pick this?
Randomly.
We gave it.
We gave it.
No, I meant our company.
Oh, Randy
Yeah,
gave
it
it to us.
was-
We had no idea what it was. We had no idea what to expect. It was
And what was your experience like relative to your expectations on this?
Well, honestly, I had no idea what to expect. When I heard Make Meaning, I thought it was some non-profit organization of Big Brother, Make Meaning, together. But
And then I thought it was Make Meeting at first because
My
I just
daughter
heard it.
thinks it's-
I just, it sounded like it's one of those online meeting things where you set up like a website, And then when I read it and I saw the symbol, we kind of figured it out.
yeah, from experience, I think your biggest barrier is what people conceive it being and what it actually is. From the outside, it looks like a child arts and crafts thing where I wouldn't even relate, which is what I thought when I first got there. But after experiencing it for a few hours and sitting there, honestly, it's a lot more than I expected, and I loved it.
And also, most of the people that we spoke to, they all said that it was word of mouth. And I spoke to other people that I know, and they I'm saying some people knew about it, some people didn't, but whoever knew of it was all word of mouth on my experience, and I think everyone else's as well. So we kind of felt like something emotional kind of pulls in the whole word of mouth idea, and that creates the personal connection, and that's what we're trying to do.
So as you shared this experience, I imagine with your friends and family, but some of you, obviously you guys don't live in New York, but
We're in Thousand Oaks though.
we are in the next few weeks.
Right.
It's a bit of a schlep for you, but what was the brand awareness? And as you shared with people, this is the company I'm doing this with.
Well,
All right, so I have two sisters that that I spoke to, that I spoke about it. One sister knew of it, the other one didn't. So
In
and
Manhattan.
They knew of the Manhattan locations, but my sisters live in Brooklyn.
Oh.
yeah, I have a few friends live in the city, live in Queens and Brooklyn, all over it. Honestly, I don't think anyone's heard of it. None of my friends even knew it existed. I've been living here for 23 years, my whole life, and I've never heard of Make Meaning. I've never seen it, and no one has. Everyone asks me, "Oh, where is that place? What is it? Is this in New York? Did you go on some trip?" And you can read through my Facebook comments if you like. And it just nobody knew it existed. But I think once it gets out there, it will catch on.
What do you think is the best way to capture? I mean, your demographic is obviously not our core customer right now. What do you think is the best avenue to get to the? I guess the men are making the date decisions
Yes.
usually. So what is the
We
best?
consider that
Where do you go to look for
Where
date
do you go?
information
Yeah.
normally?
We ask friends.
Mhm.
Like I asked, I speak around and call. It's word of mouth.
It's
It really.
really,
Yeah.
it's not a sell or anything. It is 100% word of mouth. I mean, if I have to go somewhere cool, I'll just call up a buddy of mine. It's always that way, or I just, it's what other people do. It's just the way it works.
The driving
actually
style.
found-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found I think one girl who had apparently gone on some dating website, or it was actually like a wiki type website of dating places in New York that had like 1,000 different places, and I think one either the Upper East Side or
Upper
Upper
East
West
Side
Side was
happens to
on
be
there.
on the list.
Yeah, so some user had apparently put it on there at some point.
When you say wiki, do you mean as in like witchcraft wiki or like a
No.
Wikipedia
I don't
kind of thing?
Wikipedia.
No.
Yeah.
And so far, everyone we've asked would say, "Yeah, sure, I definitely go." Like, yeah, I definitely go. That's sort of like,
Honestly, just through me, I'm sure you have more of my friends coming up.
Right. So you think just to get the guy to take the chance to go in, it
Yes.
would have to be something enriching? I mean, to get past what they think it is
Even-
from the outside
I'm
to drive.
sure if my girlfriend recommended, let's go to Make Meaning, I'd go. Even I had no idea what it was.
Right.
So you can even cater to the females because they suggest us a lot of things to do.
But young, I mean, you guys are
Yes.
young.
So I don't know how married life, I don't know how husband and wife work.
Yeah, I feel like we should you should focus on the females because they are the mothers, they are the wives. They do suggest sometimes where to go, and I feel like it's more of a bachelorette party type of thing than a bachelor party. So
I hope so. Any more questions or comments, concerns?
It's really
Appreciate you guys
impressive.
doing it. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you
It's our
very
pleasure.
much.
I have one last question, just on the, actually, I'll give you two questions. On the technology side, this is an app you see?
Through a quick search through my iPad, I found an app that automatically watermarks pictures for you. Another app that automatically takes it and uploads it to your cloud data, to your website, wherever you want to embed it as well. And a lot of it's Instagram, right? You can automatically share it to the other site. So
Yeah.
there's the three things that you just have to work together. You got a software that check, and does all three of them for you. But they do exist, and it's very simple.
And also, I mean, his app to legally obtain it is like $2.
It's $2 app you can buy.
It's really nothing. We way overestimated, we way over exaggerated the cost of the software. We just wanted to kind of.
We need a developer that's gonna weave it together and work.
Yeah,
for
right.
us.
And
It's
our
proprietary.
website
Yeah.
also, that has to
Right, so
integrate
that's
it.
the only specific aspect that we couldn't kind of tell you what it would cost to
Right.
kind of set up that photo category on your website that lets you look through the categories. But other than that,
Plus, there's one other idea that I would add to this, which is what you'd want to do is embed tags into the invisible tags into the pictures to be picked up through SEO,
That could be done
Which,
by the computer, the programmer or
which
whatever.
could be easily done. Yeah.
and also basically when you get it on your email, the idea is that you can't open the actual photo in your email. You need to open, basically, you click the link, opens in your Facebook account or it opens in our account. That allows you to kind of upload it further.
Sure. No, that's a good, I think a good strategy. And my last question was, what actually is directed to you guys. What information were they given about the company?
Pretty much high level overview of, you know, average spend, like $36, those kinds of things, and basic.
And what about the company in terms of its profile, capitalization stage? And
None of that.
Nothing,
kind of stuff.
absolutely nothing. We're just outside,
So
you
do you
know.
know?
That we're a
you
startup.
don't know anything
We have
about
no
it.
idea what
No.
cost or what you guys make, your revenue.
No, we're not gonna steal your idea.
No, that's not what we're about.
I was just curious as to if you understood the scope of what you were working on
I
and
mean,
what this
I spoke
company
to
is
the manager as
about.
much as I can. I mean, I tried to figure out whatever.
Did you
could give
Google
me.
the company to learn about
We
us,
did.
look at articles about us?
Yes.
The best thing we did was actually go into the store and talk to the managers over there.
Yeah.
They gave us a lot of information.
By
that we
far the
needed.
most insightful.
Yeah.
They're very helpful and very just friendly people. So definitely.
So you had a good customer experience?
Oh,
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Did they know who you were?
I told them I was sent here. I was working with Sarah, and I'm gonna try it out.
Where I got the email
Who
from
did you
Linda
talk
Ridley.
to on the Upper East Side, which,
Well, as
Which
what's it called?
Lauren on the
First
Lower
of
East
all,
Side.
You guys went
We
to the
went to the
Upper East Side,
Oh,
but
we
my experience, I did not tell them that I was from.
Yeah, we
the
tried
college
one store
program.
to tell them, one store not to tell them, just to see if it changed.
And you know, everyone was just brilliant over there.
Who was your ace? Do you remember?
I do not remember, but if I would go there again, in which I need to pick up my stuff,
Yeah,
I will.
me too, I got to pick
email
up
you his
my
name
marks.
if you'd like. But I mean, the whole place is just, you know, people are really nice over there.
And my ace was named Ray.
Okay.
You know, you familiar?
you talked to Lauren?
Lauren.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he Samantha?
No, Teresa.
Good stuff. Well, hopefully you guys had fun, and we appreciate your ideas and thoughts, and we'll certainly review them. And I think you'll enjoy following the company. This is a high-growth startup, which should be a national, well, it's already a national business. Will be an international business by the end of this year, and will be a household name in the next few years. So we kind of look back and say,
In that case,
Yeah,
I
we're all right.
Yeah, you'll be like, that's my TV that's on the ceiling.
What country are you thinking of moving into?
We actually, it's not public, so we're not disclosing it, but we expect to be open, have our first international location open in November. And I would say that we will, international will probably grow as fast, if not faster than domestic, based on the demand that we're seeing right now.
Can we invest in this somehow? Get a share?
Unfortunately, it's predominantly kind of, it's going institutional right now.
Okay.
But appreciate the interest.
Yeah, sorry, question.
Good stuff. Well, thank you.
Thank you.